In this video, we're talking about why you should spend a minimum of $3,000 in solar ads if you want to make real money. All right, guys, welcome back to another video on the best solar channel on the freaking planet. My name is Ivan, and I help people start and grow profitable sales orgs in solar and achieving location independence. I want to do a video about this subject because I get a lot of people that ask me what's the most adequate amount you could possibly spend, but like also be the minimum amount if you want to start on the budget. I mean, we do a lot of calls for the agency, and a lot of people want to start with $500, a month, or $1,000 a month, and start like really lean. And so they ask me questions like, how can I start lean? How can I not spend money but then also make money? Like, bro, listen, if you want to make dollar bills, like, you gotta spend money. And so the minimum amount that you should spend, and that comes from my experience. Okay, we spent over $20 million in solar ads to date, and probably over 22 at this point. But it comes down to being able to test, because it doesn't matter how much you know about the industry. It doesn't matter how much you know about running ads and stuff like that. Every single new campaign, it is a new campaign. Even if you know that that's going to work, there's a high likelihood of it working out. That's a campaign that is working. You need to have an adequate amount that you can test. And a lot of people get worried about when I say the word test. I'm like, no, it doesn't mean that your money is going to go to waste. You get data from the platform. So it doesn't matter what you're using. You could be using YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, doesn't matter, right? The good thing about social media is that you can buy data. It's not like doing an ad on a magazine or a radio or a TV or whatever, where it's like literally tens of thousands of dollars and you don't have any data whatsoever on who saw your ad, what the demographic is, and any of that stuff. With this, we already have the demographics. We know the kind of people that we're looking for. And so the adequate amount that I've come to realize that it is for solar campaigns is a minimum of $3,000. And $3,000, if you think about it, you might think, okay, that's a lot of money, right? But $3,000 actually works out to be about $100 a day if you spread it across a 30-day period. People that start off with us, they're like, oh, okay, $3,000, and then what is that going to get me? Usually, you're looking at a lead cost between anything up to, I would say, $30 to $40 is doable. Okay, if you're spending more than that, then you might reconsider the state that you're in. That's why I have a free training on the topic of selling over the phone and building a remote solar sales business. It's a shameless plug right there, but the link will be in the description. The first link in the description. Check it out. Free freaking training. Check it out. Listen, if you're spending money, and if someone tells you, even if you're working with another agency and they tell you, we can help you out and you only need to spend like $1,000 or $1,500, I'm like, I wouldn't even want to work with you, because if you can't spend at least $3,000, which I think is the adequate amount at the bare minimum that you should start with, then I wouldn't even take you on. Work your way up until a time where you do have the money. You can allocate the money to spend and then come back. That's what I tell people. And they're like, oh, they think I'm rude. I'm like, I'm not rude. I'm just telling you. If I'm talking to my best friend, I'm like, bro, I actually tell them, listen, you need $5,000, not 3. To be exact and to put a number on it, that's $3,000, because with $3,000, you can do a lot of things. And if you're in the right state with $3,000, you should get a bare minimum of 3 to 5 deals. So if you think about it, you're looking at a cost per acquisition between $500 and $1,000, okay? Which is pretty freaking sweet, because on any given deal, if you sell it right, you can make at least $1 a watt. Most of the time, we can actually make more than that. Let's say you make about $1 a watt. On a 10 kilowatt deal, that's 10 G's right there. And that's not even considered like a huge deal. So imagine if you get a deal where you're making 14, 15 kilowatt deal. That's 14, 15 grand. And that's like the minimum. So imagine your cost per acquisition is like $1,000 and you get a deal that's like 12 kilowatt. You're making $10,000 to $12,000, like pure profit into your bank account. So all of a sudden, you don't look at the $3,000 of money that went out of your bank account, the money that you'll never see. That's not like you bought a Gucci bag or shoes or any of that type of stuff that's a liability and won't get you anything. Like, you will get something in return. If someone's using your money for a complete test, they started from scratch, that's what you need to be wary of. You can obviously lose that money, right? But if you work with someone like us who already is established and knows what they're doing, $3,000 is more than enough and an adequate amount at that. And that's what you need to do. So I would tell you this. I know a lot of you that have been watching me, they're wondering like, what kind of money do I need and stuff like that. Listen, $3,000, okay? $100 a day. That's all you need. It's enough. Now, you can spend more than that, but at the very beginning, that's what you're looking at. So $3,000 is pretty adequate amount. I'll tell you this, listen, you can make the money back so quickly that you don't even know. So don't even worry about spending the money. You can put it on a credit card. It doesn't have to be in your bank account like liquid. I guarantee you one thing. It's going to be a lot better than going out there getting baked in the sun, door knocking, having a self-gen or any of that type of bullshit. This is literally getting leads, people that have said, hey, I want to talk to somebody about solar. I pay over $100. My roof is in good condition. I get enough sunshine on my roof. I'm a single family homeowner and I want to save money. So if you get a bunch of those in a day, of course you're going to sell some. So you don't look at it from a standpoint of, okay, I'm going to lose money, because you're not losing money. So don't worry about it. We got you covered. If you want to work with us, the second link will be in the description and our guys will speak to you about it. But pretty much for ad spin, you'll need somewhere along the lines of $3,000. You're all set. Now, at any given point, you can say, well, I want to increase that money because I want to make more money. You will understand, and most people that work with us simply understand that this is mathematics, okay? It's not woo-foo, like pulling numbers out of my butthole. It's pure mathematics. You could see it on this freaking screen, on the spreadsheet. You can see how much money you've put in and how much money you're getting out. So if you know for every $1 you put into the machine, you get $3, $5, $10 back, how many times are you going to do it? As many as possible, right? So it's the same freaking thing. Stop looking at ad spin as burn through money, because it's not. That's money that you're going to invest and you're going to get a dividend almost immediately. And if you want to grow your business, this is the way to do it. Sell over the phone and do online advertising. If you're not doing that, trust me, you're missing out. All right, so I don't want you to be missing out. All right, thank you so much for tuning in once again. If you like the content of this video, please give it a thumbs up so we beat the YouTube algo. And if the conversation ever comes up, please bring it up to a friend. Just say, hey, this is the guy I'm learning from. You can check him out. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking right through the end. And I'll see you again in the next video.